这个棉是表然后，那是毛利是然后。Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm that sim racing bloke, and today I'm going to be doing an unboxing and review of the Next Level Racing GTLite. I'm not trying to waste any of your time, so if you want to go straight to the review, the time is on screen now. Anyway, we get the knife and cut this box open. Now, it does all come in one piece, in a plastic bag. As you can see here, I'm about to pull it out with my gamer muscles. It's a very nicely packaged product. It all comes in a nice bag, it's all clipped together, there's no mess everywhere. So let's go ahead and pull this plastic bag off. Now the first thing you'll notice is the instruction manual, a very high quality instruction manual, but we won't be needing that. Just kidding, I'm definitely going to need it. So it does give you a QR code to go to a build tutorial video, so that's why I'm not teaching you how to build this thing. I mean, I'm just going to show you the process, but that is a very nice touch. I haven't seen too many products do that. And it tells you what's in the box. You do get all the hardware and tools to build the actual sim rig, and it gives you enough bolts to also mount your wheel, shifter and pedals. Now, if you're one of those people that like stickers, I've got some very bad news for you. The Next Level Racing GTLite doesn't have stickers. But it does have something a lot better, I think. It has a lanyard. I haven't seen one of these in years, but I actually really appreciated getting the lanyard in the box. It's actually been getting some use from me. Now, one of my biggest regrets was not getting a haircut before this video, so I'm sorry for the dead trim, and it's not greasy. I just got out the shower, okay? I don't want to see comments about that. Anyway, when you put it out the box or out the bag, it does come in one chunk. In that chunk, you do get the seat, the wheel mount and the pedal mount. So you just have to pull those apart, and I look like an ape just discovering fire trying to work out how to do it. Yeah, I ain't got a clue. So there's the seat, you just unravel that, and you need to pull off these little grey caps. Hello. That was probably one of the hardest parts. They did not want to come off, but a bit of elbow grease and they come off just fine. You'll see me struggling with that in a moment. Here we go. Come on, just twist and pull. No, he's still not getting it, is he? Twist and pull. No, I need to go to the instruction manual to see if they tell you how to pull them off. Jesus Christ. So yeah, twist and pull, that's the method. There you go. And struggling with this last one. Come on, twist. Oh, this is pathetic. Anyway, then the top part just clips into the bottom, and yeah, that's how long it took me. That was 5,000 times speed. And yeah, it took me a long time. But anyway, once you clip them in, you got to bolt them up. So you do that on either side. And then the seat is basically assembled. Now you just need to attach the wheel mount, which again I struggled with for a long time, so I'm going to just skip over that. Again, this isn't a tutorial. Then the pedals clip in using these plastic clips, which are screw tight to the actual chair, so they don't move around much. And here's the afterthought of the pedals we've mounted. There you go. Yep, we got that clip. So after that, the shifter mount just falls into place, then you screw it in. Pretty simple. So now it's time to mount my peripherals. I do have Fanatec, but I do believe you can put Logitech, Thrustmaster or anything else on really. There are a lot of holes. You'll have to check if you got a more obscure brand of a wheel. But yeah, everything just screws into place like usual. It's all universal. Very easy to do that. The pedals just bolt in with 2 bolts, and they do not move at all on the actual pedal mount. So that was the entire build process, and yeah, it was pretty simple. But now it's on to the review, and I have been using this for about a week, so I do have a good idea on what the product is actually like, and I did used to own a Playseat challenge, so I can offer some comparisons there. So without further ado, let's get on to the review. Now, I do need to say that I was sent this product for review, but I do greatly appreciate my integrity as both a YouTuber and a reviewer, so I'm going to remain wholly unbiased throughout the entire review. So the first thing I noted for review is the build process. The actual build process itself was relatively simple. As you probably saw, I'm absolutely useless at building things, but I managed to get it finished with my peripherals attached within the hour. Speaking of peripherals, the GTLite comes with every mounting option you could ever need. You can attach Logitech, Thrustmaster, Fanatec, just to name a few. They also supply all mounting hardware you could possibly need in the box. The Next Level Racing GTLite is manufactured with extremely tight tolerances. Some of the holes I had to put bolts through didn't totally line up, and some parts were a pain in the backside to connect. But this is pretty normal and was easily worked around with a bit of elbow grease. And overall, I think that just makes for a higher build quality, as it's going to be more secure. When constructing the seat, you need to clip the backrest onto the frame. This is done by two hinges that secure onto pegs. However, on my GTLite, these clips didn't totally line up with the pegs. I could only hook one on at a time, and when I leaned back on the chair, it naturally popped out. I'm not sure if this is a known fault for the GTLite or if it's just an issue of my example, but it does mean the back of my chair isn't totally secure and it does move around. My previous sim rig was the Playseat challenge and I struggled to fit into that chair, but with the GTLite there is ample room to enter, exit and move around in the chair. Although if you're above about 6'3", I do think you will have issues with the amount of leg space that is available. I'm 6'2" and I'm just about able to get a correct driving position with my knees properly bent. The GTLite allows you to tilt your pedals, but I have to keep them flat to achieve this leg room. Nonetheless, the seating position feels very natural and it does feel quite similar to my real car, in terms of the pedals and steering wheel position and distance. The shifter mount is also nicely placed and allows you to reach down for your shifter instead of to the side like with many budget sim rigs. The actual chair itself is reasonably comfortable. I've sat in this thing for an hour and a half and I did not feel any fatigue. The material is somewhat stretchy and you can sink into it quite a bit. If you tend to get hot and bothered while racing, there is a mesh bit on the back. Now I'm not sure if this gives the chair more flexibility to give you a more snug fit into the chair, or if it was placed there to get fresh air to your back, but I guess it works well for both of those reasons. There are also two foam pads on the back. They do look like a gimmick, but they do actually work in keeping you sitting straight. They hug the sides of your back and do make you feel quite secure in the chair. The actual chassis itself has surprisingly little flex. I use a Fanatec CSW 2.5 which puts out 8 Nm of torque. Naturally there is a little chassis flex, but it's not so much that I feel the force feedback is diminished. My previous sim rig, the Playseat challenge, had a lot more flex. Moving up to the GTLite, I can actually feel more forces through both the wheel and shifter. The pedals themselves are also secure and they do not move at all, with just 2 bolts attaching them to the pedal mount. However, the pedal mount is attached to the main chassis using those 2 clips we saw earlier. I find that after a long session, the pedals move from side to side, and if you're slightly OCD like me, it will drive you insane trying to get them exactly centered. The wheel mount itself is connected to the chair using this lovely little clamp system. It does hold it secure, but if you have a big shifter like the Fanatec one, it does mean that you can't get in and out of the sim rig using this mechanism. You have to climb in and out like a race car. The reason I need foldable sim rigs is because I live in a country where space is extremely precious. I can just about store it in the same place I did with the Playseat challenge, which is quite remarkable given the size difference between the two. The GTLite's folded mechanism works quite well. There are 2 clips on either side that release a cog-like mechanism that holds the entire chassis in place. You pull out the clips and the cogs are free to move around, and then you can either reposition your wheel, shifter and seat or completely fold them. I found this system to be quite secure and it keeps everything solid as opposed to a classic deck chair mechanism like the Playseat challenge uses. However, this system does have a few disadvantages. As I mentioned previously, I basically unfold and fold my sim rig back up for storage at least once a day. This can be quite tedious with the cog system as you have to hold everything in place while you struggle to push the clips in to hold it all together, although I am getting better at it with experience. Now this is very nitpicky, but with this system the shifter mount almost feels like an afterthought. I use the Fanatec shifter which is quite bulky and heavy, and when I push out the clips to fold down the cockpit, it instantly falls down. This has actually caused damage to my shifter and broke the cable. I'm not sure if there's any way I can stop the shifter falling when I want to fold the sim rig up, unless I grow a second pair of arms or haphazardly hold it in place with my leg. But doing this while folding or unfolding the chair with the added weight of the wheelbase and pedals can become quite tiresome. Additionally, if you over tighten the cogs on either side, the clip that holds them together can become near impossible to pull out. So it's a fine balancing act between having a secure chassis and not over tightening the clips, but I imagine this will come with experience. The GTLite is currently priced at 200 Great British Pounds or $250 US. Would I recommend it for that price? Absolutely. I think the GTLite is the best offering for a foldable cockpit. If you're short on space, I don't think there's any better option out there. The Playseat challenge is currently priced at £150 or $200. As an owner of both, I would definitely spend the extra 50 for the GTLite. The GTLite is much more sturdy than the Playseat, which is really what you want to look for in a sim racing cockpit. My Playseat broke after just a year of use, but I can see the GTLite lasting much longer than that. I do think the Playseat Challenge was slightly comfier to sit in with more of a bucket seat design, but I would happily trade that for an overall higher quality product any day of the week. Additionally, the Playseat Challenge doesn't come with a shifter mount, meaning that you need to buy one from a third party, and I think I paid £40 just for a shifter mount for my Playseat. So to wrap things up, yes, I would highly recommend the GTLite to anyone looking to dip their toes into the sim racing world, or upgrade from something like a Wheelstand Pro or a Playseat Challenge. Despite the few issues I mentioned, I truly believe this is the best foldable cockpit on the market. So thank you for watching. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to like and let me know what you thought in the comments. If you're new around here and want to see more sim racing content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.